So when you press broadcast? You're tuned in with Stellar Radio with Jade and Jared.
Hi, I'm Jade.
And I'm Jared.
We got a great show coming up for you today. Our topic of discussion is going to be fall fashion.
Yeah,
Jared.
we're gonna have a lot of great tips for you. We're gonna show you a little bit of our fashion clothings that we like to wear. We're gonna give you some of our favorite clothes. We're gonna show you some stuff that you really shouldn't wear for this show.
We're going to give you a countdown of what's hot and what's not, and I'm going to talk a little bit about, you know how they say that the fashion capital of the world is New York? We're going to talk about that, and I'm going to show you some of the fall fashion lines from the best designers all over the world that gathered in New York, and they showed their best stuff.
Yeah, so right now we're just going to show you a little bit about me and Jade, just to get you a little bit of an overview of what we are like.
Wow, we look good, Jared.
Yeah, we do look good, Jade, don't we?
Hold on
Oh, wait a second. That's not us.
Oh, I think I got the right thing.
Oh, okay. Oh, there you go,
Perfect. That's a
Jade.
little
Oh,
bit
yeah,
better.
that's us. Yeah. There
So
we go.
once again, I'm Jade Lester.
And I'm Jared McClellan.
And we are second-year radio broadcasting students.
So our topic is fall fashion.
Fall fashion's actually a pretty broad subject, and Jared and I found more and more and more to talk about the more we researched this. We found that absolutely everyone has an absolutely different opinion on this.
That's on. Yeah. So I'm Jared.
And I'm Jade, and we'll be your hosts for today. So Jared and I actually got to talking about our personal fashion, and we thought a nice place to start out was from childhood and how where we grew up, our family and our childhood, how that influences our fashion, like where we come from, right?
Yep, and our parents, they also influenced a lot. Our mothers, they were a big influence in our fashion lives.
Definitely.
For sure.
And we're both from small towns, so we had a lot of the same fashion growing up. Working on a farm, you don't want to get nice clothes too dirty, right? So a lot of plaid, a lot of jeans that could be easily replaced. Cowboy boots were an absolute essential.
Yes, and for, a Christian guy myself, I go to church very often. I wear nice shirts like this to church,
You're
like a
looking
nice
very,
striped
very
shirt.
fancy
This
today.
is probably about the fanciest I get around. Mm-hmm. So I actually brought here. Oh no, I can't get that.
We did bring some clothes. We're going to get to that a little bit later on and show you what some of our favorite fashion pieces is.
Yes, but for right now, we're going to go to a slideshow we have.
We put together a little bit of a slideshow. What this is going to be, this is New York is usually talked about as the fashion capital of the world, right, Jared?
Yes, of course.
All the big designers have fashion shows there, and I think you've really, really made it once you have your first fashion show in New York. So all the great designers gathered in New York, and I'm not a very big high fashion person myself. I'm not too concerned about what the $1,000 dresses and all that stuff from some of the more high fashion stuff is. But I found this really interesting. We'll take a look at it, and Jared and I will tell you what we think of each of these pieces. So, fall fashion. What is the hottest fall fashion of 2013? So, haute couture fashion. And this is a little bit of it. This next one here is Reed Krakoff. This looks a little more normal to me.
A little more professional.
I mean, this coat isn't too far out. Like, it's something normal people. I don't want to say normal, but everyday fashion.
Yeah,
It's
you might wear this to your
everyday
job if
fashion.
you have more of a business job, more of a professional workplace. You might wear something like this.
Yep, and what's going on underneath doesn't look too crazy either. I mean, you can't really go wrong with black, right?
Oh, of course, black goes with everything.
Now, I usually really am a fan of Michael Kors, but this looks like a little Matrix to me. What do you think, Jared?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like she's just gonna split into 100 different copies of herself.
I'd be pretty kind of scared if I saw this walking down the street, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, I like the shoes, I like the jacket, and I like what's going on. I'm just not sure about the sunglasses.
I
And
think
the
it's
slicked
the
back hair is a little.
Yeah, I don't think the sunglasses
bit
go with the rest of the
too
attire.
much
I know
for
it matches, but I feel like it just doesn't go quite as well as the last piece did.
But what do we know, right, Jared?
Exactly.
This next piece here, I actually kind of really like. I'm not sure why.
Yes, this is Prones the Scholar.
I kind of like it. You know, it's not too out there. It's a little. It looks like you could wear it on a nice night out.
Yeah, I feel like I'd see this guy walking in the mall.
Yeah. And this is actually, I kind of like this too. Hate to admit it, but Oscar de la Renta. I like all the different things as separate pieces. I'm not sure how I feel about them once again together. It's kind of different, but I really do like the gloves. I don't think the jacket's awful. Her shoes are beautiful.
Do you know what this piece reminds me of? It reminds me of the Snuggie. It's like she wants to just go to bed, but she can't decide if she wants to go to bed or if she wants to walk down the runway.
It is kind of like a Snuggie, isn't it?
I like how the hat matches it, though. It looks really well.
So Jared and I just gave you a little taste of what high fashion would be. Once again, not really our personal preference, but it's kind of interesting. I guess people look at it as art. So you can look at fashion as an art, just like music or visual art, and fashion people take it pretty seriously, right? Like,
yes.
They make tons and tons of money, so they must be doing something right. And I guess how you have to think of it too is this is the runway. And when people put actual lines in their stores, it's like based off of the runway, right?
Right, of course.
So we put together another little segment here, and we're calling it Hot
Or Not.
We're going to tell you what's hot for this season and
what is not hot
for this season.
What you really should not be wearing.
So what we're going to start out here. So what's hot and what's not? So hot is knit everything.
Yes.
So knits, like your grandma kind of knitted you a sweater, but not is just wearing it as a big ugly sweater that grandma knit. So basically what apparently the experts are saying is you can wear knit stuff to go out on the town. It doesn't just have to be a big ugly oversized sweater
and it doesn't have
a nice
to
pair of mittens.
It doesn't have to just be a holiday thing like a Christmas knit sweater or anything.
Exactly.
Now they're making it more of an everyday thing that you can wear out.
This is big stuff.
This piece goes really well together. It matches well.
So the next thing on our what's hot, what's not list, orange. Orange apparently is going to be really, really big for the fall.
Yeah, orange is turning into a really hot topic. A lot of people are wearing it, and they're going to really start wearing it. The stores are starting to sell a lot more orange.
Which I find this kind of funny because I think of orange as more of a summer color.
Or maybe more of a summer. But I think they're going more of a October, Halloween kind of thing, right in the fall.
You know what? It could fit right in with Halloween. But I guess not is matching other orange hues. So, for example, we have that orange dress, and you're not supposed to match it with an orange bag or orange shoes. You have to change it up. You can't have too much orange there, right?
Yeah, too much orange is not good. You gotta definitely keep track of the orange you're wearing.
All right, now this I can definitely understand. So hot are point toe heels. Now, as uncomfortable as they may be, they do look great on.
Yeah, and they definitely complement the body very well.
Definitely, and I guess that means that round toe heels are out.
Yeah, round toe heels just aren't
No
in style
longer.
anymore. Nope.
I think round toe heels are a little more comfortable, but then again, point toe heels, I think they look good.
I think comfort takes a back seat when the really intense fashion people get out there. They just want to look good, and they want to have something different than what everyone else is having.
So it's not going to matter if their feet are killing them 8 hours later after their long work day?
Yeah, they're just going to take that as a battle wound.
Beauty for pain, right?
Exactly.
And this next one, I actually really, really like this piece right here. So hot for the fall are sleek colored ballet flats.
You know, I really like these, Jade. I feel like they're going to be a lot more comfortable. They're not going to hurt your ankles as much when you're wearing them.
I completely agree with you on that one. I mean, after a night of wearing heels, You know, sometimes you wake up the next day with what I like to call battle wounds.
Oh, that's the
Some of them
worst.
give you blisters. Sometimes the bottom of your feet just are sore from whatever you're doing that night. If you're just out on the town, if you go out dancing. But these are definitely a better option. And I think a lot of girls that are a little bit taller definitely prefer ballet flats. But they want to have something cute too, right? They don't want to just wear the same old black ballet flats over and over again. So these are a nice blue color, just a little pop to your wardrobe, right?
Yeah, this is what are hot. And what's not hot is having boat shoes. Boat shoes are definitely not what you're going to want to be wearing this upcoming fall.
So if you went out and bought Toms, I'm sorry. You're
Put
going to
'em
have
away.
to...
Maybe for a new
If you want to
season.
be in fashion, what they're telling us is boat shoes are a no-no. So say goodbye to your Toms, people. All right. So we are going to take a short commercial break, and we'll be back. We've got lots more great stuff coming up on fall fashion. Again, we have a really, really great interview with Kirsten from Live Chic, which is located right here in Fanshawe College.
Yep.
And Jared and I are actually going to show you some of our favorite pieces, right, Jared?
But yeah, the pieces that we like to wear, the ones that we go and when fall season comes around that we like to put on.
Definitely. We'll be back right after this.
Put on the X. Put on the X. Yeah, just go. Just go.
106.9 The X. My name is Jake Robinson. I'm the one that's going to be taking you through it.
In marketing, we like to get in the community and give local businesses a chance to get their name out.
Talk radio here at Fanshawe College is covering London's hottest topics in the most entertaining and factual way.
Writing is where we take what the marketers give us, like clients and all that. They give us an idea and we make it into a creative masterpiece. We can turn something so simple into something like a work of art.
Production is the step between the script and what you hear. It's bringing the script to life.
Everything is included. Beaches, drinks, parties, it's all there. Like us on Facebook for a chance.
The music, we look for all the best music to play on all of our radio stations, and we schedule the music and the programming for our announcers.
106.9 The X. As an announcer, we love to share stories with everybody and get our voice out there. Basically, just entertain the people.
The engineers make sure that everything technology-wise is up to speed around the station.
Basically, the X doesn't function without us.
Welcome back to Stellar Radio with Jade and Jared. We just finished talking about a little bit of stuff of fall fashion, what's hot, what's not.
We did. We showed you what's hot for the season, what's not. So some of the things that were hot, orange colors, knit is in, and no more boat shoes because it's all about the ballet flats.
Yeah.
And we showed you a little bit of what's on the high fashion runway shows lately. Jared and I weren't too big of a fan of a lot of the pieces, but like I said,
More of the expensive pieces of clothing, ones that are a little bit out of a student's range.
And later on, like I said, we're going to show you some of our favorite pieces that we actually brought here with us. But right now, we actually got a really, really great interview.
Yes.
Her name was Kirsten, and she is a second-year fashion merchandising student.
She works here at Fanshawe College at Live Chic, the store, a fashion store inside of Fanshawe College. Mm-hmm. And we have a great interview with her.
We do. She took us around the store a little bit, and we asked her a bunch of really great questions. She was really, really knowledgeable, and so here we are.
She was a great help.
She was.
Pretty much same old winter wools, knits everywhere. It's a lot of the classics kind of get recycled every year, but this year I think we're adding. I'm seeing a lot of like pearls and like bejeweled kind of clothing too. Again, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I think it's a little too young.
Okay.
Are there any specific pieces, old or new, that you are planning on going out and getting for the fall?
I have to get myself another pea coat. I think it's kind of it's like a staple. It's classic. It's something that it's timeless. It never gets old, and it looks amazing every single year.
So you think that's something that never goes out of style?
Never, not since it's been around for well over 100 years.
So everyone should invest in a good pea coat?
Definitely. It's like a pair of jeans.
Perfect. Do you think there are any specific fashion trends that need to just go away?
Leggings. Please stop wearing leggings without covering your butt.
So leggings are not meant to be pants. Is that what you're trying to say?
Definitely not. Never.
How do you feel about Uggs? That dreaded question. Do you like them? Are you against them? What do you think?
I think they're cute if you're like 12 or you're wearing them kind of as slippers, but if you're in college and you're still sporting Uggs, you need to get yourself some new shoes.
So Kirsten, can you tell me about any fall fashion shows that we're looking forward to seeing this season?
Well, at the moment, we're not really doing too much for fall fashion shows. A lot of them kind of happened back in like February and actually back in the spring. Right now, we're starting to work on spring and summer collections, so the industry is way ahead.
So they plan out months in advance to put out the fall lines and have those fall fashion shows.
It actually goes back to about 2 years in advance is when we actually start beginning to pick out like the fabrics and the styles that you're going to see.
Wow, so there's a lot of planning ahead. It doesn't actually just happen like within that month. And here it is. It goes back 2 years, you said?
2 years.
And that's for picking out fabrics and doing the sketching and everything for that?
Oh yeah, it takes quite a bit of time to actually put the collections together, and you have to be really good at forecasting because in 2 years from now, who knows what people want to wear.
Yeah, so what if they have something in mind and they do all this work on designing all these things for a fashion show and it's a really, really big miss?
Then you just gotta do your research, I guess, and hope for the best next season.
So Kirsten, where could students look for fall fashion and trendy things but on a budget to save some money?
I guess it really depends what your budget consists of. We have some of the OSAP ladies that don't mind dropping $100 on pants, so if you want to go to Aritzia, you have fun with that. But for me, I'm a little bit tighter than that, so I tend to pick up a lot of my styles from Forever 21, actually, is one of my favorite stores. I really like Blue Notes, just for the fact that most of those clothes, they're great for the season or maybe a couple seasons if you need them, but then you can easily get rid of them and it's not a huge investment. There's Ardene's, which actually is starting to carry a fairly trendy line of clothing, which is shocking to me, really.
Very shocking.
And then H&M is a great place too. It's very affordable. So I think those are my favorites for on a budget.
And if you do want to splurge a little more, where are a couple great places to go to do that?
Well, Aritzia is fantastic, and I enjoy the designs from Guess as well.
Beautiful.
And then it depends how much you really want to splurge. We can get into hundreds and hundreds of dollars depending on your taste.
Now, I'm a fan of Aldo myself for shoes and stuff. Are there any specific styles of boots or shoes that are coming in for this season that would be definitely worth splurging?
Nothing that we kind of really haven't seen before. There's a lot of studs and spikes still this season, I find, and then like leather as usual. There's I haven't seen anything really for like fur boots this year. I would stick with kind of like a knee-high leather boot, and I think you're set for the season.
Yeah, can't go wrong with a nice leather boot. So I'm back with Kirsten here at Live Chic, right inside Fanshawe College. She's a second-year fashion merchandising student. So Kirsten, when do you guys start putting out the fall stuff?
Well, we never really stop putting out stuff for fall until really the end of the season, but we actually begin ordering things back in July and even earlier. We basically get our floor sets in August, and that's when fall season is in full.
So once again, you guys in the fashion industry are always planning like months and months ahead.
Yeah, most retail buyers have their fall collections usually done by May, I think, and even that's pushing it.
So you guys are always prepared way ahead of time. So do you want to show us some of the stuff that you have right now for sale?
So these are our winter leggings that we got in. They're really thick and they're really soft and fuzzy on the inside. Soft. We have them in like a one size, so they are good to fit everyone. They are $20, so they're not really a bad deal because you probably would spend half of that anywhere else anyways. And these can be worn as pants because you can't see your underwear underneath.
So what would be a good thing to pair with these?
I would do something like we have like our bamboo tanks as well, which are also really, really soft and warm. And then maybe like a little jacket over top or a shrug or something. I would just put something on your shoulders though. We also have tons and tons of scarves in the store that we can't even keep in the store. We're selling them for like around $10, so they're extremely affordable and they're very stylish.
Very good for students, right?
And a scarf goes good with everything that you wear.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of really trendy styles, like the skull scarf here. I've seen this probably 1,000 times. I've seen it around the college already as well. So if you don't have one and you're a little bit harder, I think this suits your image perfectly well.
So that one's one of your biggest sellers?
Definitely is. We have it in a whole bunch of other colors too, so if black and white is a little bit too bland, you can kind of spice it up with some like brown and black or teal and white. We also have a lot of infinity scarves too. They're also a staple for this season.
What's an infinity scarf exactly?
They are the looped ones that you can wear many different ways. You can wear it kind of like this around your neck. You can double it up. Some people will wear it as a shawl. I'm not really a big fan of that look.
So Kirsten, what exactly is Live Chic?
Live Chic is a learning lab for the fashion merchandising students. Typically, it's the second years that work here, so we get to basically get our hands in, and we get to buy for the store, we get to merchandise, we get to sell. So it's really the first-hand experience that we need to really get us out there in our industry.
So you get to pick this stuff out yourselves?
We do, actually. That's my favorite part of the job.
Yeah?
I love to buy the fashions.
Okay, so what do we have here?
So this is one of our hot sellers as well. We have a really long sleeved sweater paired with one of our netted scarves. It comes in a variety of colors. We also have purple, we have like a fuchsia, and oh my goodness, yeah, sorry. Like, oh crap, where am I going?
So is that something you could wear with those tights that you showed earlier?
Oh, definitely. You could wear this with anything. You could even wear this with your Uggs at home, and
Preferably not with Uggs, but
I don't encourage the use of Uggs.
Okay, so Kirsten, what's your biggest seller here at Live Chic?
One of our biggest sellers usually day to day is scarves, but a really close second is our nail polish. We have this line called Morgan Taylor, and I think it's incredible. Normally I was kind of an OPI brand lover, so I would just buy all OPI, but I think honestly the Morgan Taylor brand can definitely compete. There's like a higher pigmentation, it dries faster, the glitter comes out better. It's an incredible line. We can't even keep it on the shelves.
I'm gonna have to give it a try. Any specific colors that are huge sellers more than others?
Well, we have it organized kind of depending on what your tastes are at the moment. A lot of like the pinks are going, and as well as the dark fall colors.
Yeah.
So we have a neutral line, we have a bright line, we have like a fall kind of darker color line, and then we have our glitters as well.
Very nice. So thanks, Kirsten, for taking the time to talk to us a little bit about fall fashion and showing us around Live Chic. Do you want to tell us what your store hours are?
You're welcome, and you can come and see us anytime between Monday and Thursday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. We are closed Fridays and weekends.
So I'm here at Live Chic, which is located.
So welcome back. Jared and I are hosting Fall Fashion on Stellar right now. We want to take a moment to just thank Kirsten from Live Chic and thank the ladies of Second Year Fashion Merchandising for taking the time to have a wonderful, wonderful interview with us and answer all of our questions and showing us around the store. So Live Chic, once again, is located right inside of Fanshawe College. If you guys are interested, they're open Monday to Thursday from 10 to 3. They've got some great, great prices for students. I actually am going to go up and pick up a scarf there next week that I really liked. So
it's right in between the bookstore and the information booth, if you were wondering where it was. It's in D building. It's not hard to find. They're really friendly there. They'll help you out. There's a lot of great deals. $10 scarves for if you're looking
great
for that.
Deals. We also wanted to take a moment to let everybody know that if you're streaming Stellar, we now offer a live chat. So if you have any questions, any helpful tips or anything, feel free to get it in our live chat and let Jared and I know.
Yes, and before we showed you a couple of pictures of models walking down the runway, we showed you with some hot and what's not fashion clothes that they were wearing, and we just wanted to let you know how fruitful the fashion industry actually is.
They make a lot of money.
The highest paid model actually in fashion is Gisele Bündchen, and she actually makes $42 million a year. She's married to Tom Brady, of course.
So I don't think, it's not like they need the money, really.
No, of course not.
I think he's making enough, but...
That's just showing you how much models actually make just to walk up and down the runway. That's how fruitful the fashion industry
Oh, and don't
actually
forget,
is.
they have those long hours at photo shoots.
Yeah, that's true. They do have to work a lot of hours, too. So they're definitely earning a lot of their money, for sure.
Being beautiful is hard work, apparently.
That's what they say.
Who else makes a lot of money in the modeling world?
So second off, it's amazing how much Gisele makes looking at the second place, because the second place is actually Miranda Kerr making $7.2 million.
Secret.
Victoria's Secret model. She's making $7.2 million per year, which is it's a big decline from what Gisele is making.
Decline.
But it's still, it's a healthy amount of money for sure.
And that's coming in every year.
Every year.
$7.2 million. And who else?
And Adriana Lima is making $6 million in a close third place.
Another Victoria's Secret model. So
yeah, they definitely
those VS Angels are making a lot of money.
They've definitely made some wise life choices in their life.
I'd think so. So Jared and I, once we were talking about this topic, we got on the discussion of what our favorite items of clothing of all time were. From the time we were kids to the time that we are now. What our very favorite pieces were. So Jared, what about you?
Well, Jade, I cannot get over the fact that flip-flops are the most comfiest article of clothing on my feet I have ever worn. I mean, flip-flops I cannot get over. When I first saw a flip-flop, I thought they were just for girls. But now that I wear them, they're so comfy. They're good for the beach. They're good for at home. They're good for anywhere.
They're comfortable. You like them?
Yeah, I absolutely
You like showing
love
off your
flip-flops.
feet?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
My favorite, and this is kind of a sad ending to this story, I had this pair of moccasins. And I wore them all the time. And apparently you're supposed to wear them with socks. So they got to the point where apparently my mom said they didn't smell too good. So they weren't even allowed to come inside the house anymore. When I came home from school, they had to stay right outside the front door to air out. But I wore them with absolutely everything. Every single day of my life, I wanted to wear my moccasins. I'm surprised I didn't sleep in them. Well, I probably did try to. I think there were a couple times when we went out for a nice fancy evening and there was a dress, and I wasn't allowed to accompany them with my moccasins, which was quite upsetting. And then one day I came home and they were gone. Apparently they'd been thrown in the trash. So nothing has ever come close to those moccasins, and that was definitely my favorite item of clothing of all time.
It is amazing how fashion changes so much throughout the years. That one thing one age group can be wearing could be popular for them at the time, and then their parents just look at it, or their kids look at it, and they don't understand, and they throw it out because they don't think it matches at all. I mean, fashion is one of those things that different ages definitely it changes from age to age, from mom to dad to son to daughter. It definitely changes.
And I think grandparents sometimes just look at their grandkids these days and shake their heads because what on earth are you wearing?
Oh, for sure,
My grandma said that to me many times. What on earth are you wearing? She can't get over it. So we were doing some research about some local fashion here in London, and Jared actually stumbled upon a great fashion show that's coming up. Do you want to tell us a little bit about it, Jared?
Yeah, so there's a fashion show coming up on, it's in London. It's on Victoria Street. It's called The Fashion Show, and the Fashion Show has been around in London for the last 5 years, and it's been tremendous. It's had an unparalleled success. No other fashion show in London has even come close to the standards that this one has been able to achieve.
So it's pretty well known here?
Yeah, it has. The biggest thing that the fashion show has is its choreographics are absolutely amazing. None other can match it.
So it's very well choreographed. So it's not just a couple models walking up and shaking in their heels on stage. They got everything choreographed to the last T.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty impressive. That's a lot of work must go into that, right?
Yeah, the categories for the fashion show, it's mostly about design, multicultural. It's multicultural. It's also a lot about the music, not just about the clothes that they wear. So this fashion show has different aspects to it.
Definitely. And speaking of fashion shows, Jared,
yes.
You know what I love the most?
Jade. So I hear, Jade, that you like cats.
I do
very
love cats.
much. Well, Jade, have you ever been to a cat fashion show?
I kind of don't want to admit that I have.
You have.
And what makes it even better is that it was a Halloween-themed cat fashion show.
Jade, how was this cat fashion show?
It was interesting. They had some of the classic, there was a fireman, there were policemen cats, scary little devil cats, angel cats. There was everything you can imagine. But the really weird part of it was the high fashion portion, when they tried to recreate designs from some of the stuff that we showed you from New York Fashion Week. it was just weird to see these kind of, I like to call them art pieces because some of them I obviously don't understand, on cats.
Yeah, so they're meant more for people, and then I guess people just tried to put them on their animals.
The weirdest one was the hairless cat.
Oh, wow.
So if you can picture that, very high fashion, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's all the rage.
Cat fashion shows, that was definitely an experience, and I guess fashion doesn't just apply to people, it applies to animals too. I'm sure you've seen, well, I know my dog has a little sweater she likes to sport around the house.
Yeah, I've definitely seen, you go for walks, you go to the dog parks, and you see in the winter they have their animals, they don't want them to be cold, so they give them sweaters, they give them shoes, they don't want them to be chilly out when they go outside for a walk, right?
So animals too are concerned about fall fashion, you'd say?
Yeah, fashion's not just for people, it's a big industry, animal fashion as well.
It definitely is. So, talking to a lot of different people about fashion, we got a lot of different feedback. There were people that like to spend any amount of money on the different articles of clothing that they own or they go out and buy. And then there were the people that wanted to be a little more thrifty. Yes. So I kind of put together a little list of fashion on a budget. So if you are like me and currently living off of OSAP, which I mean, as a student, you understand OSAP can only go so far. So there's only so many things you can do with your wardrobe. Some really great places. Talese, actually, which is right by Fanshawe. You can find some great stuff in there. I found Guess is a really nice brand. I found a brand new Guess blazer in there for $6. And I'm sure that would have been like almost $100 regular in store.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, that's great. Save a whole bunch of money and
definitely
you look good at the same time. Another really big thing are consignment stores. So what consignment stores are, it's like kind of like a vintage shop, but it's also kind of like thrift shopping at the same time. But when you go in there, you can find some really great designer pieces. So a great one right down Oxford is Mine 101. And you can go right in there. I've seen a lot of Steve Madden shoes in there, which are really great. There's a lot of Nine West ones, which are actually really nice shoes. They vary in everything in there, from stuff like American Eagle and stuff from Forever 21 to stuff from H&M. You can find some great stuff in there, once again, for great prices. And they actually do donate some of their money to various charities around London and around Canada. So that's another really nice thing about it, too.
Yeah, that's a fantastic thing that those stores do. And also, these stores aren't just for women or just for men. They're also for both, which makes it really well if you want to go shopping with your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your wife or your husband.
And it can be a little fun to go out with your significant other and just kind of pick out something for each other.
Yeah, of course. It's a nice afternoon activity for you to do. Instead of sitting around the home playing GTA 5, you can go shopping.
Oh, Jared. So, talking about all these stores, what's your favorite store?
Well, Jade, I personally like to go to Masonville and go to Boathouse.
All right.
I actually bought this shirt at Boathouse, and it has a lot of great shirts. It has a lot of funny shirts. If you want words on your shirt that are humorous, that people can laugh at, Boathouse is great for that. It has
like
a lot
anything,
of colors.
for example? Do you own any funny shirts from Boathouse?
No, I don't buy any funny shirts from Boathouse because most of them are inappropriate, and my mom doesn't appreciate that.
Okay, so mom doesn't approve, and maybe not the most appropriate for school too, right?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Any other favorite stores that you have, or you just pretty much Boathouse comes to mind?
Well, me being a student, I like discounts, and I like to go to Giant Tiger, actually. Giant Tiger is a great place to buy stores, great place for discounts.
They've got clothes there, too, for sure. Clothes, shoes, everything you can imagine.
Yeah, a lot of clothes that you can find stuff to match. It'll work.
Mm-hmm. Personally, I am definitely a fan of Forever 21. I have been, and I love that they have so many stores in Canada, and we actually got our first one in London last year at Masonville Mall, so that made me pretty happy. I'm also a really big fan of H&M. I find them quite similar, but they do definitely have differences, and I find usually you can find really great price stuff, especially when they have a clearance section, which is really awesome. And then for shoes, I'm definitely an Aldo person. Shoes are the one thing that I'm kind of willing to splurge on because I've finally learned my lesson that sometimes you have to pay a little bit extra to get a nice pair of shoes that aren't going to fall apart within a month.
Right. I mean, if you want to pay a little bit extra penny, you can get shoes that'll last maybe like a year instead of a month. It's worth the extra $1.
Definitely. And Jared, what's your favorite season for clothing? I know we're talking all about fall fashion, but what's your favorite season?
My favorite season is the summer. I like the fact when you can feel the wind on your skin. You don't have to wear pants. You don't have to wear a sweater. You can can wear shorts, you can wear t-shirts. I really enjoy that. Especially what I like about the summer is I can wear my flip-flops. As you know, I really enjoy my flip-flops.
Those are your favorite that you said.
What about you, Jade? Out of the 4 seasons, what is your favorite?
I honestly, and this is very unbiased, not just because we're doing fall fashion, but fall is definitely my favorite season. And it's my favorite fashion season because this is when it starts getting a little bit cooler. You can put the jeans back on, different colored jeans. Those are huge right now.
Yep.
You get the great jackets. You get to start wearing boots and scarves. I love scarves. So in that theme, I actually brought some of my very, very favorite fall fashion pieces with me. So these... And Jared, I don't know if you can model these for us.
Oh, of course I can.
These are headbands. I actually got them last year at Aldo Accessories. So these are for when it's a little bit cooler out and you don't necessarily want to wear a full hat and you don't want to mess your hair up as a girl. I know you don't really care about that problem. But these headbands are actually really, really warm. What do you think, Jared?
Oh, they are really warm.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah, it's nice.
That's a nice look for you. And they're actually pretty decently priced too. So they keep you warm and they look cute while you're doing it. I have actually seen quite a few girls wearing them full time, like wearing them inside too when it's not as cold. I think it's a little bit of a fashion accessory as well.
Yeah, I feel like you don't need to just wear these outside. You can bring them inside. You can wear them to class. It's not an issue. They look really nice.
And I think one thing you never, ever, ever can go wrong in is a leather jacket. So this is my most recent one.
Well, it's a great looking leather jacket.
Thanks. Keeps you warm, but not too warm, and it's a little bit fashionable.
Very fashionable.
In the theme of boots, I like these. If you want to get a little bit fancy, but you want something that's going to cover your feet instead of just wearing a nice little pair of heels, these boots are pretty cute. Black goes with everything, leather, so they'll last even when we get that nice little bit of snow in the fall, because you know that really does happen too. And I have to admit, I hate to admit it, but I do own a pair of Uggs, even though I make fun of them. And Kristen wasn't too fond of Uggs on our interview earlier. I own a pair, and you know what? I'm proud of it.
I'm proud of it. You gotta say, I mean, Uggs were popular back in the day, and you gotta be proud that you at least tried them out, right?
They definitely were. So, Jared, do you want to show us some of your favorite fall pieces?
Yeah, actually, growing up in a rural community, I like to stay warm, and a big thing that I wore in the fall were plaid shirts. Plaid works really well in Huron County. A lot of people wear plaid. Even when you go to bars in Huron County, plaid. Everyone's wearing plaid there. All the guys, some of the girls. It's really fashionable around there. And another thing I like to wear, when fall time comes around, you get a little bit cold, you're getting chilly, you can't just wear your t-shirt, you got to put a sweater on, right, Jade?
Oh, sweaters are a definite must.
What I like to wear around the fall time is my high school office sweaters.
Very nice. Blue is a very nice color on you, Jared.
Yeah, this is my basketball office sweater. I really like to wear it. It's a good one. I have another one here.
Jared is notorious for having tons of office sweaters.
This is my badminton office sweater. I got it in grade 12. I really enjoy it. It's a nice one. And this one last piece I have, it's very bright. It protects me when I'm crossing the road at nighttime. It's my soccer office sweater. It's very lime green.
That could stop traffic from a while back, definitely.
Yeah, people definitely comment when I'm wearing this around school. They definitely stop me and ask me why I'm wearing that or where I bought it.
You look like a highlighter.
I look like a highlighter. I get that a lot.
As long as it keeps you warm. So, Jared, you seem to be a little bit more about conscious of the weather rather than being high fashion, right?
Yeah, I like to stay warm. I don't want to be cold when I'm going out. I don't worry too much about what matches. I want to be able to feel, nice.
Definitely.
And comfort. Comfort's also a really big thing in the fall.
Mm-hmm. So there you have it. Those are some of our favorite fall pieces, and we still got a lot of great stuff coming up. Talking about fall fashion, we actually interviewed a lot of people around the school, and here's what they had to say about fall fashion.
Oh. Difference of opinion here. So, are you following this year's fall fashions?
A little bit.
A little bit, like anything in particular?
The accessories.
Accessories, okay. Is there anything that you're going to go and specifically buy for fall?
Scarves for
Scarves?
And probably like boots.
Okay, any specific kind of boots?
I'm not sure. I'm not good with name brands, but
Okay.
I don't know. I go to like the boutique shops. They're normally a little bit more expensive, but a little bit more original than like if you buy it at like a shoe store.
Okay.
That's specifically for shoes.
So you want something a little more original?
I do, yeah.
Okay. And are there any fashion trends that you think just need to go away?
Are there any fashion trends that need to go away? That's a good question. Stripes.
Stripes. They're out.
I'm just joking. Tight spandex.
So leggings.
Yeah,
You think leggings should not be pants?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. So are you following fall fashion trends?
I believe I am.
You are?
Yes.
Okay. Are there any specific items or pieces that you yourself are going to go out and buy for the fall?
Just comfort clothing, I guess. Whatever I'm comfortable wearing, loose. I don't know.
Okay. And do you think there are any fashion trends that need to just go away?
Super tight clothing. Like super tight skin clothing.
You think it just needs to go, be done?
Yep.
So are you following this year's fall fashion trends?
Not at all.
No, you're not a big fashion person?
No, because I have great style already.
So there's no pieces that you're going to go out and buy for the fall?
No.
No? And do you think there are any fashion trends that need to just go away?
Those parachute pants?
Yeah, like the MC Hammer style. You don't like those?
No, not a fan.
So are you following this year's fall fashions?
No. Not really.
You're not following it at all?
No.
Don't really care?
Not really. Kind of just wear what I have.
So there's no specific items or pieces of clothing you're going to go out and specifically buy just for the fall?
Nope.
No? And are there any fashion trends in particular that you think just need to stop, just need to absolutely go away?
I don't think so. I don't know. Everyone has their own thoughts on what they want to wear, so they can do that.
Perfect. Okay, so are you...
106.9 The X. My name is Jake Robinson. I'm the one that's going to be taking you through it.
In marketing, we like to get in the community and give local businesses a chance to get their name out.
Talk radio here at Fanshawe College is covering London's hottest topics in the most entertaining and factual way.
Writing is where we take what the marketers give us, like clients and all that. They give us an idea and we make it into a creative masterpiece. We can turn something so simple into something like a work of art.
Production is the step between the script and what you hear. It's bringing the script to life.
Everything is included. Beaches, drinks, parties, it's all there. Like us on Facebook for a chance.
The music, we look for all of the best music to play on all of our radio stations, and we schedule the music and the programming for our announcers.
106.9 The X. As an announcer, we love to share stories with everybody and get our voice out there. Basically, just entertain the people.
The engineers make sure that everything technology-wise is up to speed around the station.
Basically, the X doesn't function without us.
Here's fall fashion trends.
Yes.
Okay. And now, is there anything that you're going to go out and buy for this fall?
I might get some new boots.
Some new boots? Yeah, for sure. And what do you think is one fashion trend that definitely needs to go away?
Not really sure.
Not sure?
Not sure.
Are you following this year's fall fashion trends?
Not intentionally, but I'll try if I do know what they are.
And now, is there anything that you're going to go out and buy for this fall?
Probably a nice leather jacket.
Nice.
Yeah,
Very
a
nice.
nice stylish leather jacket.
And and what do you think is one fashion trend that needs to go away?
Well, I know in the summer, at least, those onesies that those just
rompers.
need
to go.
Just need to go.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Awesome. So, are you following this year's fall fashions?
Not
regularly, no.
I don't really follow the seasons. It's just how warm it is outside.
Now, is there anything that you are going to go out and specifically buy just for this fall?
Yes, there are. I'm going out to buy boots and one of those jackets, like army jackets.
Okay.
Yeah,
very
and
nice.
a couple of scarves because they're beautiful.
Okay. And what about you?
Probably just a lot more clothes to stay warm, get ready for the winter, really.
Okay, so you're more practical, not about the fashion, just about the weather, right?
Yeah.
Now, do you think there are any styles that need to just go away?
I don't know. I like things today. I like how different everything is, to be totally honest, and I like that things are coming back from like the past and stuff.
What about you?
Maybe the kind of clothing that's like the fake stuff, like when girls wear.
Welcome back to Stellar Radio with Jared and Jade. We're here. We're talking about fall fashion. Earlier on in the show, we had an interview with Kirsten from Live Chic. She gave us a lot of great fashion tips. She showed us around the store.
She did.
Yeah,
we learned actually a lot of really great fashion tips from her. We lingered around and talked to her quite a bit because she was actually very, very knowledgeable.
Yeah, and she was also very nice.
And that kind of inspired us to come up with our own fashion tips, right?
Yes.
All right. So one of the biggest ones is tights are not pants.
Yes.
They aren't. They just aren't.
Don't wear them as pants.
Tights are tights. So I think the general rule is make sure if you're wearing tights, you're wearing a shirt that covers your bum.
Yes, or a skirt or shorts.
Definitely.
Just make sure it's tucked away.
Seems to be a big rule of today. And I see a lot of people wearing tights as pants, and some of them are actually see-through, so...
Yeah, unfortunately,
you might want to
that happens
reconsider
from
that
time to
nice
time.
pair of
Yeah.
tights with that short little crop top.
Yep, another tip we have for you is dress for the weather, right, Jade?
Definitely, and I think over the past few weeks, the weather has gone from point A to point B. It's been so hot one day and then absolutely freezing the next. So you want to have a lot of different options. And
well, you never know in southwestern Ontario. The weather changes all the time. Fall
it definitely
season's coming
does.
around.
And you never know. In the middle of September, we've had snow before.
Yeah, I mean,
so
sometimes
you want to
it's
be
wet.
prepared.
Yeah, sometimes it's wet, sometimes it snows. When you wake up, you just never know what you're gonna need to wear. You need to go outside. You need to see what the weather's like for the day before you can even have a shower and put your clothes on.
You definitely do. So keeping in that theme, you might want to invest in a nice pair of rain boots. Rain boots, a nice umbrella, because even in the fall, sometimes it likes to pour rain, like today. I know for a couple of people in our program actually got absolutely soaked to the bone because they weren't clever enough to bring an umbrella with them.
Yeah, they had to walk to school in the rain. They got really wet. Their phones are ruined. Their notes are wrecked. It was a very upsetting day.
And if you want to cut through and get to school a little quicker, but there's some puddles in the way, you definitely want to have a nice pair of rain boots, right?
Yes, of course. Another fashion tip we have is denim. Denim, what do you think about denim, Jade?
Denim never, ever goes out of style. And I think a really, really huge thing lately is colored denim. You see people with absolutely every color. I've seen
blue,
this color.
Red,
literally just a rainbow of colors. And I think it's a nice change from the regular blue or the black. Yeah, so denim never goes out of style unless you are rocking a Canadian tuxedo. And do you know what I mean by that, Jared?
What do you mean by that, Jade?
So a Canadian tuxedo would be denim on denim with denim on the bottom. So you have a nice pair of jeans. You've got a denim shirt on underneath, and then yet you still feel the need to accessorize with a denim jacket.
One might say it's a denim sandwich with denim right in the middle.
It is. You're accessorizing with denim. So those are a couple of fashion tips that we actually came up with ourselves. We have a fun little thing that Jared and I got to do when we were filming around the school. We went and visited Live Chic, but we also went and visited the Fanshawe College. We like to call it the sweater store, and this is what happened when Jared and I went in there. Jared, what are we seeing here?
Well, Jade, we're seeing me and you put on different sweaters around the fashion store at Fanshawe College.
Yours looked like it was a little tight.
Yeah, mine was a little tight. And Jade, yours looks like it's a little bit too big.
I think it was definitely a little too big. And we'll be back right after.
106.9 The X. My name is Jake Robinson. I'm the one that's going to be taking you through it.
In marketing, we like to get in the community and give local businesses a chance to get their name out.
Talk radio here at Fanshawe College is covering London's hottest topics in the most entertaining and factual way.
Writing is where we take what the marketers give us, like clients and all that. They give us an idea and we make it into a creative masterpiece. We can turn something so simple into something like a work of art.
Production is the step between the script and what you hear. It's bringing the script to life.
Everything is included. Beaches, drinks, parties, it's all there. Like us on Facebook for a chance.
Music, we look for all of the best music to play on all of our radio stations, and we schedule the music and the programming for our announcers.
106.9 The X. As an announcer, we love to share stories with everybody and get our voice out there. Basically just entertain the people.
The engineers make sure that everything technology-wise is up to speed around the station.
Basically, the X doesn't function without us.
Welcome back to Stellar Radio. We're on the topic of fall fashion. This is Jade. I'm Jared.
So we're going to give everyone a little recap. We've talked about a lot during our show today. We started out talking just all about how fashion...
in the industry.
Fashion in the industry, we did. We told you what models are making the most money in the industry.
With Giselle right at the top at $42 million per year.
$42 million. We showed you what's hot and what's not. Jared, do you remember some of the things that were hot, some of the things that...
Yeah, some of the things that were hot. Boat shoes, they're definitely out. They're not hot.
Out, so pack up your Toms and tell them to hit the road.
Yeah,
they're out. It's time for them to go.
Yeah, and Jade, what do you remember from the hot and what's not?
Knit. Knit is definitely in.
Yeah, knit sweaters, not like big sweaters that for Christmas or anything, not big ugly Christmas sweaters, no, not them, but knit sweaters are definitely in.
And we're going to be seeing a lot of orange this season, so if that's a nice color on you, you are in luck. We also were talking a little bit about fashion at the different ages. I've been noticing something that sometimes people of, how do I put this nicely, the older generation.
Right, the elderly, the seniors.
Sometimes people don't know when stuff is too young for them, if we can say that.
Right. I've seen a lot of grandparents out there, or maybe just even elderly people in general.
Parents are definitely up there too. Sometimes you see mothers and fathers that are a little
more hipster.
Out of date.
Yeah, oh, right. Yeah, I mean, my grandma, she's still a really big believer in the big knit sweaters, ones that you can barely even move around in.
So your grandma's hot this season, though.
Oh, yes. This season, my grandma...
That makes Jared's grandmother hot. She's in. She has nothing to worry about. She didn't even have to try, right?
Yeah, she'll be very happy to hear that knit sweaters are in this season.
Have you ever seen anybody out there, particularly a parent, that you just think, I think you must have raided your children's closets?
Yeah, sometimes you see those parents that are just maybe trying to be a bit too hipsterish, you know?
A little bit too young?
They're wearing some...
For their age?
There's some clothes that they got red, they got blue, they got green, they got a whole bunch of colors that just don't go together. They think it works, but they're trying to just be a bit too hipsterish, and sometimes it just doesn't work.
So basically there should be a cutoff line. What do you think is an appropriate age for just a cutoff line? You think after 40?
Yeah, I think when you get to 40, you've lived a good life, you're doing well, and by that point, I mean, fashion should maybe take a little bit of a back seat, and you should just stick to what you know.
Just keep it appropriate, definitely, for sure. So we've had a lot of great segments to talk to you about with fall fashion today, and we just want to take a minute to definitely thank Kirsten from Live Chic, which is located right here in Fanshawe College. Thank you guys for taking the time to run through an interview with us, showing us all around the store, showing us all your great products, and answering all of the questions that we had.
Yeah, Kirsten was really good. She was really nice. She was really helpful. She definitely gave me and Jade a lot of insight into the fashion industry.
She definitely did, and we'd like to thank everyone that took the time to stop in the hallways right here at Fanshawe. Thank you to the students that wanted to be part of our little interview process there, and let us ask them a few questions about fall fashion.
Yeah,
they were very helpful.
They took some time out of their day to stop, to talk to us, to answer some questions. It was very helpful. We appreciate that very much.
Definitely. And we'd like to thank you for watching once again. Stellar airs from 3 to 4 and then 4 to 5, and you can find it on the 106.9 The X website under Stream Us, and you just pick Stellar Radio. And coming up next, we have Fun at Fanshawe, which is hosted by Natalie and Ben. So thanks for tuning in.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.
You guys